Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll see how to deal with the Parquet file format, right? So maybe most of you guys are not familiar about the Parquet format. Maybe obviously you might have heard about CSV, Excel, JSON formats, right? So before we talk about the benefits of Parquet, first we'll try to understand the two major different formats, how the files are stored, right? So one is a row based, the another one is a column based. First we'll try to understand what is row based. So we know the invoice ID, branch, city, etc., etc. These are the columns and these are the rows, right? When you talk about the row based file storage or row based databases, how it will work is, for our understanding, right? So each row will store as one file. Let's say if you have maybe 1000 rows, you may have 1000 files. In each file you will have the full information of this particular row, right? Like the invoice ID, yay, yangon, members, female, etc., etc., right? Now for example, when you talk about row based, it can be the MySQL, a PostgreSQL. When you talk about the file based, we have CSV, Excel, right? Let's say I have a CSV file where I have 8 columns, as you see here. Now I want to read only 3 columns out of it, like the branch, city and gender, for example, right? In row based, how it works is, as we just discussed, each row will be stored as one file, right? In that case, let's say if you want to fetch 3 columns, what happens is it will fetch the records for all the columns, not just the 3 columns which you're expecting, right? It will read the data from all the columns from the file system and it will load into the RAM, and then what happens, it will filter out the required columns you want, right? In this case, what happens, instead of reading the 3 columns, you're reading all the columns, which means the whole data. In our case, we have 8 columns, fine. Let's say if I have 100 columns, think about the size of the data which we are reading, right? So there is the network bandwidth involved, right? We need a good amount of RAM, and there is the more CPU we need, because we are processing, filtering out only 3 columns out of 100 columns, right? So these are the major problems when you talk about row based storage. It can be a database or it can be a file. Now here is we got the column based. In column based, how it works is, each column will stored as one file. Let's say for example I have 8 columns here. So what happens is, you will have 8 files. Each file will have the particular column information, right? Where in case of row, each row will store as one file. Let's say if I have 1000 rows, I'll have 1000 files, right? Now in case of column based or column oriented files or column oriented database, each column will be stored as a file. So in that case, let's say if I want to read only 3 columns, obviously I'll be reading 3 files, right? So 3 files which has the relevant column information, right? So here you are saying lot of space, the network bandwidth, computation power, and of course you'll achieve the performance, right? So now coming back to our topic, when you talk about the Parquet is one of the file format which is actually a column based file format, where CSV, Excel, JSON are row based file formats and Parquet is a column based file format. So now we'll jump into the Jupyter notebook and we'll take our example. So this is my super Parquet sales data, right? So I have it's somewhere around 129 KB, right? So let me read this file. So in Jupyter notebook, we have an option called time it. What it will tell you is, it will tell you how much time it took to perform a particular operation. In our case, we are reading a file. Sorry, it should not be a data frame. It should be a read CSV, right? I'm just running it. It took somewhere around 26.4 milliseconds, right? Now what we'll do is, let me store this file in the data, a variable called data. Now when you're using pandas, right, the best part about pandas is you need not to write any specific logic or special code to deal with the Parquet formats, right? So when I want to write this particular the data as a Parquet, we have an option called to Parquet. That simple, right? It's not that complex. Now I'm writing it as a Parquet. Now let's go to this particular folder and see. Did you see the actual size of the CSV is 129 KB, sorry, and the Parquet file format is just 62 KB, right? It reduced almost 50% of the size. Now, other than the benefits which we just discussed, right? Let me open the presentation, right? So we know in the column oriented files, each column will be stored as a different file, right? And whenever we want to read only a few columns, it will read only that particular columns, it will execute the remaining columns. So that will increase the performance, that will reduce the space in the RAM, right? Other than that, other than this benefits, it will also compress your file. Did you see this? It almost compressed 50%, right? Now we'll try to read this, Parquet. time it pd dot read read Parquet. Did you see? It just took 12 milliseconds, close to 13 milliseconds, where when you want to read the CSV file, it took almost somewhere around 26 milliseconds, right? There is almost 50% difference in terms of performance, just reading the file, right? Now, when you talk about filtering the columns, right? So we know how to select the particular columns using pandas, right? So when you use the traditional CSV, as we just discussed, right, it will read all the data from all the columns, then it will filter out only the particular columns you want. Where in case of Parquet, it's not like that. It will read only the columns which you are expecting, right? So we can also, store it in a variable data. Now you can print. See, I mean, it's the same. So whatever the next which you are doing, it will be the same step. Only the way you read and the way you write will be different, right? So hope you enjoy this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.